Okay, it's Wednesday morning. Back on this thing. Got a lot of stuff to do today. Hopefully, if everything goes right, we'll be able to have it, at least running today. Running and moving, and I'd really like it to stop today. If we can get all those things accomplished, I think we're set and home free. But in order to get all that stuff done, we got to do all the wiring. We got to run a fuel system. We got to plumb the oil feed and drain for the turbo. We've got to finish building the carburetor. We have to mount an alternator. We have to, I think I said wire the whole thing already. Got to wire the whole thing. And yeah, so there's just a lot of crap to do. But I think we can do it. What do you guys think? So I'm going to get after it, start fiddling around with this thing. Okay, so a little project update. Wastegate's on, upper radiator hose is on, the lower one's on its way. Fuel pressure regulator, that's boost reference, is in. We got a Holley blue pump. It's not an ideal pump for this, but it'll allow us to run up to right around 10 PSI of boost, so it should be fine, especially at the power level that we're gonna be at. Got my push lock hose in today. See, light bars mounted. Oh yeah, another thing that we want to mention. One of our subscribers commented, and they're like, "Hey, the thing's already red, and you have those red lights. Why don't you guys just
red?"
Yeah, red. Yeah, the car's pink, but it's close enough to red. They're like, "Why don't you just leave it and then call it the fire chief?" So we thought that was a pretty sweet idea.
It was Stanley Green.
Yeah, Stanley Green. Good idea, man. So we're going to roll with it. This thing is now named Fire Chief. And
do we have new stickers coming for that?
No, we don't. I'm going to call our sticker guy and see if he can make us up a new door sticker. Because that would be freaking sweet if he can. But we're kind of running out of time. So, yeah, just a little update on how everything's going. Jordan's just about got the floor in on the passenger side now. Everything's coming together really good. We're hoping by 10 o'clock tonight, whenever we leave, we'll have this thing running. So yeah. So in the mess of parts over here, I got a bunch of hand fittings, got a relay, got our sweet switched panel for racing purposes only. So you got your ignition, we got a push button start, and then we've got could be lights, you know, the roof lights, and then our electric fan that's going on here. So whenever we get to that, that thing will be in there. It's gonna be sweet for this thing. I'm really excited.
So check it out, guys. I got floors done. Like I said, I was going to do the other side, not on camera, because I mean, there's really nothing to look at. Just cut everything out and slap some steel in. I mean, nothing worth looking at, but there you go. These are the seats that were supposed to go in our cab overbuild. The cab overbuild has been drastically, yeah, a lot of things there that are changing. So the seats will work in here for now. Ideally, we'll do something different because we really like using these Chevy Cruze seats, and I don't really want to waste them on this. But they're what we have literally laying in the shop, and they're already set up to mount in a flat pan vehicle. So we've got our little mounts there. I've got it all wired up for power because they're power heated leather. So I'm gonna mark some holes, drill some holes, bolt those in, get the fuel cell in the back seat. Meanwhile, Christian is doing stuff without a camera.
It's not exciting stuff. All I'm doing is I'm mounting the alternator.
I know, but I don't feel like any of this stuff's exciting, and people are like,
oh my gosh.
yeah.
I think that all this is really exciting. I think pretty much everything in this is really exciting, except for the work.
True.
The work sucks.
Yeah, he's doing an alternator there. You've already done an update on this, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not going to waste time. I'm probably going to mount seats and fuel cell, again, not on cam, because there's really not worth, you know, watching me drill 4 holes and bolt some seats down. Would you look at that? We got some floors. We got a fuel system. We got a light bar. All the turbo stuff's taken back off. But guess what's gonna run tonight? Or we aren't leaving. Okay, so Christian was outside, or I guess in the engine bay, doing some of the electrical wiring there. I was inside doing all the electrical wiring there, and we are now to the point where we kind of wanted to do some of our tests on the power seats, the lights. Is the starter?
There's no starter in it.
Oh yeah, okay, so that's sitting over there. So I guess realistically, I think we're only able to check the lights, the power seat, the coil wire. Really quick, just quick.
I don't have it hooked up. It's not gonna matter anyway. Okay. If everything else works, you know, we wired it in, right? So, all right, I've got it hooked to power.
Okay, so 3 is our lights, right?
Should be. Yep.
Okay, and then, oh yeah, I got power seats.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that's comfy. I like that though.
Okay, seats are working.
What?
So the seats are working. Lights are working. Just flick the fuel pump for a second. Yep. Cool. Pump's working.
Yeah.
Everything works. I mean, everything that we can test as of right now. We've got just a wire dangling here to go to the starter for the, you know, to activate the starter. And then we have the ignition wire running right here, which I gotta hook up real quick. But
exciter wire was the word you were looking for.
Yeah, I'm kind of burnt out, so.
It's okay. We only have like 5 more hours.
Sweet.
We have an E-fan. That's what Christian's dangling around there. We want to make sure our radiator holds. This is one I grabbed from the junkyard the other day.
It had a couple holes in it.
So they're
JB welded shut.
Yes, that's the right thing to do. So we want to make sure it holds fluid before putting the E-fan on it and wiring that up. And we haven't done that yet because we're waiting for our lower rad hose. So I think at this point, we're probably going to run into town.
Yeah, we can run it in town.
And get our lower rad hose.
That or we can put it up on the lift and we can...
Oh yeah, there's underneath stuff too.
Let's just knock that stuff out because it's going to be quick and dirty. Starter in, drive shaft in, trans mount bolts. And then the trans cooler lines will do down there because they're easy to get to.
Another thing is if any of you are wondering why turbo's not on, we wanted to get it fired up, blow anything out of the exhaust before potentially feeding the turbo with all of that.
Yeah. I had to take I had to blow a hole through this to get, exhaust flow to our wastegate. So that, and I had to take my little carbide bit and just hog it out.
Yeah. So there's inevitably crap in the exhaust between welding, grinding, cutting, torching, everything else. So that's why that's not on. So after we can get our test fire on, then we'll put that guy on, run our intake there, the exhaust that goes through the hood. We'll do some little miter cuts on it, make it a little bit nicer looking, cut a hole through the hood. But I think at this point, we'll probably, like Christian said, get it up on the lift, do some of our underneath buttoning up, and maybe be able to test fire.
Once the starter's in, as long as we go up and get some fuel, should be theoretically...
Yeah, NA test fire.
Yeah. As long as I don't have timing 180 off, because I forgot to look whenever I pulled the valve cover off to see if the valves were shut whenever I set it. So, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll either pop through the carb and blow that new power valve, or, or it'll start. Either way, it'll be fine. I've got 3 other power valves sitting over there waiting to go on this thing, because I'm inevitably going to blow one. So,
cool. Well, that's where we're at, so we'll keep trucking for you guys.
All right.
Okay, guys, so we just ran into something here that's, I want to say catastrophic. I think we'll overcome it. But this drive shaft, same ones that we used in the 63 video, is way longer. And I mean, it's, well, here, this one is still in here. So, I mean, give or take an inch, because that's where we are. Our carrier bearing lines up when it's there. But I mean, you can see how far off we are. I mean, you're talking
a mile,
6-7 inches. Not sure why this is. So if anyone has any idea why that is, please let us know. But basically what we're going to do, well, I should start with also the yoke is different. So we have to, well, we have that one. So we're going to make that one work. We're just going to have to cut it down and do our best. I mean, it's not going to be balanced, but I don't really see us justifying, $300 to $500 to have a drive shaft built for this thing. So that's what we're going to do. But again, I mean, if anyone can give us some insight there, it's a Turbo 350.
I mean, literally the same setup that we put in that 63 Impala.
Yeah.
And they share the same wheelbase, but I don't really
We checked too. This drive shaft is one that we had left over from the 63 that was the exact same one. And this is the one that was in the car. And they're the same. Yeah,
I think that the yoke issue is because of a year difference. I think this is a late model transmission. And our other one must have been an early style, or maybe just by chance that other drive shaft was shorter for some reason, but I can't figure out why.
Well, no, because we had both those drive shafts and they were the same. All 3 of them were the same drive shaft. So we're not sure. We are running out of time for businesses to be open right now, so we kind of got to put this on hold, run uptown. We ran out of welding wire. We have some other crap to go get, so we're we're going to go do that, and then we'll come back and see if we can keep trucking on it. But just wanted to update you guys with that. And then also, like I said, you know, anyone who's got some knowledge there, we always like to learn and like to hear from you guys. So give us some insight there. We're going to keep on moving.
All right, it's 9 o'clock now. We just got back from the parts store and stuff, getting the parts that we needed. Jordan got a belt. Hopefully it's the right size. We've got some stuff to make our throttle cable out of right here. We've got a lower radiator hose, which hopefully will fit. We got welding wire because we were out of that. I don't know what else we bought, but we bought some stuff.
I bought a Kit Kat.
Oh, Jordan bought a Kit Kat, so that's exciting. But
that's supper, man. Here
we are. We're back. We're working. Let's do this thing. Let's get it done. We're like that close to starting this thing, so pretty excited about it.
So as you can tell, the radiator that we got from the junkyard does not hold water, so that's cool.
No big surprise, but
yeah, that was hopeful. Other than that, oh, also the belt that we had was not the right size, and they didn't have any other ones there, so we have to wait till tomorrow for a belt. Other than that, I'm not quite sure there's anything yet to update, but I figured I'd show you that since we've been getting dripped on for the last few minutes. I hear you recording.
Custom drive shaft, boy. So
yep.
That's not sketchy at all. It's fine. It's fine. We're certified professionals.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Certified us.
I did. Oh. I certified us. Okay. I gave us our licenses.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty sweet. But anyway.
It works with driver's licenses too, right?
Yeah, technically.
Perfect.
So we got our brake lines done, our brake hoses in. Both sides. Sick. Come over here. Bada bing, bada boom. Those are done. Those are hooked up. And we just got to bleed the brakes. Jordan's just buttoning up the drive shaft, the shortening of thine. And we have our new yoke. It's in the transmission right now, but we got to plop her on there. And it should be okay. Yeah.
We did no test fitting before welding that on, so.
No, so if it's bad, we have a whole nother one here to screw up, so.
I just cut it off and do it all again.
Nah, yeah, screw it. As long as it's not too short.
Nah.
Maybe, I don't know. You look pretty tired, buddy.
I'm getting there. Yeah, my caffeine's wearing off.
Yeah, same. So, we're making headway on the old pile of crap. It's wonderful. Good news, brakes are done and it feels like they work, so.
Because they do work.
Step in the right direction. We need a U-joint to be able to put the drive shaft in because I absolutely annihilated it, taking it apart. And we got to put, we got to get another clamp for it anyway. So that will have to wait till tomorrow. But now what we're going to try and do is we're going to try to get this turd started.
Okay, so it's
late.
11:42. We just got fuel at the closed gas station. Some good old 91.
Yep.
We got 10 gallons here. We're gonna fill up, check our pump, see if anything leaks, and
yeah, hopefully we won't have any leaks, and then we can try and fire this beast of a motor up. Beast of a motor or clapped out motor.
Where this motor came from?
I think we have.
I don't know if we have. So we bought this motor and trans at an auction for $50. We went and bought it, and then we brought it home in the middle of winter, literally rolled it off our trailer into a snowbank, and sat back there for 6 months, 5 months?
Yeah, 5-6 months, something like that. So, the condition of it's rather unknown, other than it turns over, so it's just cherry.
Yeah, mixed emotions.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It turns over, so I'm a little bit hopeful, but like, I'm prepared for the worst. I mean, worst case, my Camaro has a motor in it, but it runs on miss there, and we never looked into it because I was just gonna LS swap it, but
hopefully we won't resort to having to pull that motor to stick into this. But we're gonna fill this up and then we'll get back with you whenever we're trying to start this thing. Yeah, we're good now. Okay, so we're gonna try and start it up. Ready?
you scare ya?
Yeah, I did a little bit.
You gonna run throttle?
Yeah, I will.
Good?
Yep. It's raining.
That sounds healthy, dude.
It sounds really good, and it didn't even really smoke. Cool. I'm gonna get a vice grip just to crimp off this line, because we did get we got oil flowing.
Okay.
That's good. We don't have an oil pressure gauge because this thing is going right to it, so I'm just gonna crimp this line for time being so we can do just a little bit of running with it. Sounds like it needs a little timing.
No leaks or anything.
Nothing.
Literally, I think the only thing that looks like it's smoking is just the new headers.
Yep.
That is wild, dude.
This is freaking great.
So now our only other thing is if this trains is good, but
Yep.
at that we've got that other Turbo 350 under the bench.
Yep. Fire it up.
That's freaking wild. We should, if you get it to idle, check if that alternator is charging.
It doesn't have a belt.
Oh no. Ready?
Yep. Thing runs good.
Woohoo!
Okay, so turbo stuff's all mounted. The only things that we're missing, which I didn't realize that we were missing, is our, little plate here to screw this fella onto. So I hit up a couple of friends and they said that they might have one. So gonna have to wait till tomorrow to get the turbo stuff all buttoned up. Got our boost gauge in, got our temp gauge in now. So all that stuff's good. So on the list for tomorrow, got drive shaft, new radiator, the oil line and drain for the turbo, the belt, and a few other little odds and ends. And then we should be able to drive this thing. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. It's, past 1. So we're a little tired. This thing's coming along awesome though. I burned the crap out of my arm because I touched one of the exhaust. It was sweet. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, show your buddies. Get ready for Automotion. Huh?
Come see us at the Burnout Pit.
Yeah, come see us down in Automotion at the Burnout Pit. Because we're going to be there, dang it. So, stay tuned for tomorrow's video. You'll get to see this thing running with the turbo on it. See you guys later. Have a good night.